Everybody put your hands up!
That's better. So, you're probably gonna ask me, how was the movie? I didn't see it. That's my face when they wouldn't let me in the door. Oh me, I'm grown. So yeah, now I gotta go get a whole ID made just to see Deadpool and... But watch, I bet once I get my ID made, they're gonna be like, oh no, this ID is fake. Then I'm just gonna be like, oh, you don't say. But yeah, so you guys guessed it. I'm making a Deadpool Katana. So I made this a few years back and it's just been in my closet gathering dust, so I thought I might as well show you guys how to make it. It's pretty... Oh! I deserve that. It's pretty cool actually, and it's really easy to make, so let's get to it. So the first thing you're gonna need is a giant slab of cardboard. You're also gonna need a ruler, duct tape, electrical tape, pen, pencil, and scissors. Ooh. And a mental note to the kids, don't throw scissors. So put your chimichangas down and let's make a katana. Come on, pals, let's do this on the floor this time. We're gonna mark this at length of 1.5 feet and width 1 3/4 inches. Alright, so you guys can start cutting with your scissors, but some people may prefer using a razor or box cutter. But I should start by saying, if you can't see Deadpool without parental advisory, then you probably shouldn't be using razors without parental advisory. So the scissors are a safer choice. But I'm gonna use a razor. Oh man, dude, this cardboard is rough. Now that you have your very rough cut, you do this one more time. Same exact way. You could trace this onto the box and do it again, or cut the other side of your box if you have one, but let's get to it. Alright, now you have both very rough cuts, and it's okay if they're really, like, you know, edgy on the sides and everything, but because we can fix it after. We're gonna make another one of these, so it's gonna be the adjustable blade part to the katana. Now this piece should also be the same width as these, so 1 3/4 inches. And the length should be 1 4 inches. Alright, so I kind of messed up at the bottom here where it got kind of like crooked, but that's okay because it's just the bottom. The bottom and the top, if they're kind of off, it's okay because we can adjust them later on. So putting this piece aside, we're going to get our 2 pieces that we started with, and we're going to go ahead and use our ruler. We'll do one right now. Go 10 inches up, mark the spot, and then 2.5 inches up from there, mark the spot. Oops, 2.5, then 2.5 again, then mark the spot. So we should have 3 little marks. Then you're gonna dot it in the middle from where you marked. So right there, around there I marked that one. Add another mark around there. Then another one right there. Then you get your other piece and do the same exact thing. Here. Now I want you guys to puncture pin-size holes in each mark. Make sure it goes through and it's nice and snug. Then do it again for the other marks. Go ahead and get your other piece and make sure that these line up when you puncture your hole. Go ahead and you might as well just mark your little holes in there because this is very essential that these line up. And now that these line up, you can go ahead and put these aside, go back to your other piece, and this is where we're going to make that curve for our blade. So this is kind of all up to you guys, but I would start curving this about 3 inches before I hit the top, and I would just make a slam. We're gonna take our blade, and then we're gonna take one of our old pieces that we marked through. Then we're gonna put the blade to this piece, and the blade, this should be up to 10 inches. Then we're gonna make our marking in between the holes onto the blade. Just like that. Now we'll be puncturing the blade. And I hope you know you can't be making these holes with anything. They have to be with the pin that we're using, because this is what's gonna hold the blade into place at the end. All you need is this one bottom hole in the blade. You don't need these other random holes. Now holding this where the blade hole matches up with the bottom hole of the three, in this space in between, we should make another piece of cardboard. We should cut out another piece of cardboard that is the same width of 1 3/4 plus this where it starts, where this point is, all the way down to the end. Mine is 7 inches, but you do however many yours are. So now you're going to measure out a rectangle and draw it with a width of 2.5 and a length of 3 inches. Next we're going to mark at 1 inch and 1.5 inch and draw a line that goes all the way down on both. 1/2 inch up the line, then 1/2 inch down here, and we're going to go through again on both these. The rectangle in bold is what you want to cut out first, then we will be cutting out the full rectangle. And just to be clear, this blade should fit in this rectangle about right when you put it together, when you tie it up, whatever. But it's up to you to measure if your blades are too loose or too thin. So this is the cutout you should have, and first let me say this should fit pretty easily, and it should slide up. So we're gonna do this one more time, and we're gonna put the next one up here. But this is the shape you should have, so all you have to do is trace this again and do it one more time. You're gonna want to use the pen or a pencil and just mark where it is. Now we're gonna use our electrical tape and wrap this thing up. Alright, so I used the whole tape roll, and it's pretty heavy. It has a nice grip to it too. So next we're gonna go on to our next step, and we're gonna use the duct tape and set this down, and we're gonna duct tape this down the blade. Just like this. And do this to both sides. Go ahead and pull this off. And duct tape both sides. Alright, now we can put this back in. And we're gonna tape the top. Duct tape. We're going around this way. Alright, so I just taped it horizontally down each time when I just realized I could have just did it vertically straight down on both sides just like that, but I'm done now. Now you're going to want to take your blade out and puncture these holes back where they're supposed to be. Alright, so once the holes are punctured, you're going to pick up these two pieces again and put duct tape around them. Alright, so you should have something like this, and now you can just slide it down your katana. Just like that. So if any of your parts on your blade are bending or flimsy because you bent it during the process, I would suggest using a popsicle stick, and you can cut out pieces of it and just tape it on your blade. Now you have your adjustable blade, and you're going to want to take the pin you've been using to puncture the blade. So we're going to take this pin apart. Then we're going to cut about 1/2 inch. Now you should have this little tube. So this is to put in between these holes so the blade doesn't fly out. Yo, that's pretty beast raw. Alright, so check it out. We got our beautiful blade here. The popsicle sticks, hardly noticeable. 3 bases. And the point. Me personally, I like the middle base. That one suits me. I made it adjustable so this can fit to a variety of people, and it's actually pretty sturdy. So here it is on the second base. You can you guys can hear how it cuts through the wind. You saw how I was swinging that on the second base. It's likely that you're gonna need the little piece that you made for the third base, because that's when your blade just might slip out and hit your neighbor in the neck. But for last minute touch-ups, you can go ahead and like put washers or these like little things that you find on water hoses on where the bases are. These things are sick. Just like swing them around, have fun. But now you should already know that these aren't real blades, they're cardboard, and you're not gonna be killing anybody with these. Another mental note, you shouldn't kill people. The only thing you should be killing is spiders. But yeah, just swing these things around and have fun. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, share and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. So now when I walk into Deadpool, I'm gonna be all like, 2 tickets for Deadpool, please. Then the guy's gonna be all like, may I see some ID? Then I'm gonna be all like, I beg your pardon? I'm gonna say this one more time. Me and my katana want 2 tickets for Deadpool. Please.